I had to turn this chair around too. I kept trying to sit in it sideways, but it was, I don't know, hurting my leg. Okay, so one of the things is that I think that it is super important for you to just like step into your own power. Like all of the stuff that you have learned and endured has created something in you. So you just, step into that. Be your best authentic self. Be true to yourself. One thing is that your soul doesn't like it when you're not being yourself. Your soul doesn't like it when you are trying to please others and not be who you are, because that is, it is like there's paradigms, there's all of this stuff that has been holding us back. And definitely there has been a negative force of advanced beings that have been repressing us and using us. It's enslaved us, our species a long time ago, and has held us back. There's people who I'm not really sure how if they're like the guardians over us, like the sheep herders, and so they are given gifts of wealth as it's taken away from us. I'm not really sure how the whole hierarchy works, but there's just been so much manipulation of souls and repression, oppression, enslavement, all of that stuff. So the more you can step into your own strength and your own power and trust your own self. Don't base what you feel about yourself by anybody else's thoughts or anybody else's opinions. What do you think about yourself? And you got to face your dark side too. You have to be able to look at yourself as a whole to be able to love yourself entirely. You can't just think like, oh, I'm only going to look at these good sides of myself. I do this and this and this, and this is good, so that means I must be good. Yeah, but, I'm sure if you have any kind of intelligence at all, you've definitely manipulated somebody before, outsmarted somebody before. We have to base everything on intent. Am I going and doing this because I want props? I want somebody to come up and say, oh my gosh, Kelly, you're so great. I love you so much. You're so wonderful. We couldn't live without you. Is that what I'm looking for? Or am I just looking for knowing that I'm doing something good to help somebody? It's all by our own intention. And we have to be present and be mindful to even understand our own intention. Because if we're down here on autopilot, then how do we even know what our intention is? Most of us aren't even doing stuff from our own desires. We're doing stuff because we think we're supposed to. How many people go to jobs who hate their jobs, don't understand, they don't trust the universe to be able to step away from all that and step into a life that they do want, because they feel forced into living this life they don't want, which also adds into the whole thing about this forced. And people, they have their heads so wrapped around this, everything that they're forced to do, that they can't even understand the concept of choosing to come here and choosing to get over hardships and stuff and grow from it. And the more that people can, I just think so much of your personal growth is, it's so personal, and it's so much about going inside and listening to what you're being guided to heal. Look at the relationships they're guiding you to look at. The situations, it's all for, and when something is ending, then it just is giving the opportunity for something to change, something new and different to happen. Like, how many people hold on to relationships that are over, or it ended before you wanted it to, but they were done, or whatever. All the different scenarios that we've all gone through since grade school relationships. It can be boys or girls. It can be any relationship. doesn't matter. You know, to me, like I've said before, I'm not about labels and all of this stuff. The more and more they get with these, adding more and more letters to this, it's like everybody wants to fit in, but they're all trying to fit in this one box. It's just be you. Why do we need to define? Just be you. You don't need to try and fit into this box and give yourself this initial and this pronoun and all that. I don't understand all that at all. I mean, it seems like if you have a thing about that, then, you know, why do you need to take it on as a social concept? Why wouldn't you just take it on with the people you interact with? You know, that's how change occurs. It's the ripple effect. You don't need to, you know, why we need to go in and there's just a lot of control and oppression that just keeps playing out and playing out. But I'm way more just about, it's about love. You're going to love who you love. Why feel anything shameful about it? I mean, some people have a higher attraction to same sex. Some people have a higher attraction to, you know, whatever. I mean, there's people who have attraction to animals. There's people who have attraction to kids. There's people who have, you know, all sorts of things. And I'm a victim of child abuse, sexual assault, and stuff like that. I'm very anti-pedophilia, and I'm very, as far as I'm concerned, children are off limits. They are not making adult consent. That's the whole thing. I mean, we talk about consent, and then, but a kid is okay? Where's the adult consent? No. So, you know, we don't need to add, I mean, some of these people who have some of these problems, I see it as a, you know, a disorder. You need to figure it out. It has something more to do. Just like, to me, I was talking to one of my daughters, and I was like, well, you know, a murderer doesn't feel that they need to repress their stuff, so they just go around murdering. Well, is that okay? Are we gonna go like, well, you know, they got that feeling, they feel like they need to murder? Well, no, you're going against another human being. You're going, you can't, there's certain lines you can't cross. And children, that's a line. We need to be protecting the children. We need to be protecting the older. We, you know, who are we? What are we as a species if we're not that? If murder and mayhem, sex with kids, and everything's up, you know, like, okay, let's just add that onto the initials. We'll just keep it going. We want to be all inclusive. Oh, she's so much worse in the winter with this. She's so bored. She loves to be outside. She wants me to be outside and playing all the time, or at least be out doing stuff so she can guard me. That's her joy in life, is to guard me. And like if I go out and start doing something, just right, she'll rush out the door before me, barking the whole way. She's arriving, people. She's coming. Here she comes. It just cracks me up. I feel like I've got this. She's just so proud. And then if I go out and start doing something, she'll just come and she'll just lay like wherever it is that she sees is the problem area, and she'll just keep her eye wide open on everybody. But once it starts being winter and I don't want to go out, and weather doesn't bother her. She's big and beefy, and so the weather Stella, stop, go, get out of there. But it's like having a girl in a china shop in this little cabin. She's the size of a mini horse. But so, I get off track, and she wanted me to open the door. Okay. I'll just stop this one, start back, just a sec.